Oh, hello again, friends. Another day, another week, and we're busy at it. Some creative problem solving on our end, and actually, I can't take any credit for it. I say we, but this was all my wife's idea, which is not surprisingly brilliant, but a really great solution to a question, a problem, an issue that we had been debating on and what we were going to do and how we were going to handle it. So what's going on this week? We got surveyors out surveying. They're supposed to be finishing up that job this week. It's a real big task when you're going in with deep brush. There's a lot of rose bushes and thorn bushes out there. There's a lot of nettles and real rough slope terrain out there in some of these areas, I guess. And they're out there surveying it. So of course it's going to take them some time to get out there and to do their job. And in the last video there, you saw what they did out there in the pasture area and some of that. And and that's, obviously that's pretty easy. But when they're out there in the brush and all of that, walking that and trying to figure out where everything is and where everything's supposed to be and where everything goes, they're really cranking hard. I wish there was a way I could, give them support, but I can't. I'm not going to go out there stomping around looking for them. That would be. I'm not going to impose myself on the homeowners. However, they're certainly doing a job and a task out there that is probably a thankless job, really, and they're really doing that for us and helping us know exactly where we should and should not be and all of that. But so anyway, that's supposed to wrap up this week. Hopefully, weather pending. It's been lots of rain in the forecast, so we'll see what happens. Then we've got, basically with the bank stuff. It's all basically done. It's just a matter of minor things. All the tests and the observations of the property and all that have all been completed. Everything's come back with aces. Minor things, we're getting that taken care of. The homeowners are getting that all taken care of. They've been super awesome through the whole process of transition here, and so we're anticipating pretty smooth transaction. But things hitches come up always. And so anyway, we're in the midst of that. And then we've got, again, the creative problem. So my artwork stuff, my paint, my drawing supplies, my table, one of my tables, and a lot of my supplies and chairs and things like that are all in storage. And again, it's kind of scattered between multiple buildings. I got tons and tons and tons of art books and things like that, and the question, the problem that we ran into with that was where are we gonna put that? I've got essentially a library worth of books. Between my wife and I, we have thousands of. Probably 2,000 books. So I would say that's thousands. We've got, again, so you've got a small library worth of books. Where do you put that in the house? All my art supplies, all my art production, where do we scatter? That's kind of scattered around. We've got that in boxes and crates and things like that. I haven't really been able to do a lot. I drug a couple of pallets with me back from Iowa with the hopes of doing a project on these wooden pallets. And and finally I got to that, and I did a couple of maps or flags, partly not maps, a couple of flags. I did an Iowa flag and a North Carolina flag on these pallets, and the idea with those is that I'm going to hang them up in my wood shed or my metal shed, the metal barn that's up at the new property. That's the idea now. That may change or whatever, but that's the idea in my mind now. And then we've got all kinds of other things going on with me trying to get into the swing of art production, and how we're going to balance my time. If it's a nice day that I can go outside and I can work at the house, the property, on the acreage, then I'm going to hit Burger Acres and clean it up and work on projects there. And if it's not such a nice day, if it's cold, if it's rainy, if it's whatever, then the idea was I was going to utilize the space that we had or will have, however you want to phrase it, for art production. And so how that was going to work was we've got this loft area, and we were going to kind of use it for 3 or 4 different purposes. We were going to put our exercise equipment up there so we can, try to be fit going forward, because we're out of shape. I've been I would say I've lived a pretty stagnant, kind of not a whole lot of movement, not a whole lot of working out the past couple of years, really. And I can feel it in my body, my muscles, and all that. I got to get moving. I got to get back. I need to get it back a little bit. And so part of my wanting to do that is working out a little bit more regularly. And I think that working outside, I mean, there is no better thing to do to get back in shape than manual labor. It's been my experience from the time I was a young kid all the way up till right this minute. Going out and working hard, and felling trees and building things and working and pulling and pushing and construction and all of that. I mean, that's a full body workout if there ever was one. Maybe second to wrestling. Wrestling is a intense workout, but manual labor is right up there. Anywho, so the idea was we were in this lofted area. We're going to put our exercise equipment. We're going to put guest room. We were going to put my wife's office space, and we were going to put my art stuff up there. And again, we will probably continue down that path of having using that loft space for multiple purposes. But then it was, okay, we've got all of these books and all of these things and all of that. And it was kind of we'll cross the bridge when we get to it. And we had some ideas and some brainstorming about what we were going to do. But a lot of those plans were more long-term plans as opposed to short-term plans. The long-term plan was, possibly constructing another structure or building, and that would kind of be that building would then house the office, studio. It would house a couple other things that we, more entertainment spaces. But at any rate, again, my wife, she texted me, and she's like, "Well, what do you want for your birthday?" And I didn't really answer the question. I just kind of laughed at her. And so she ended up getting me my birthday gift a little early this year. So here's what she ended up doing. So one of the things my wife and I debated upon was how we're going to handle all of the art stuff, the books, you know, how we're going to do that. You know, we debated, and my wife came to the very interesting conclusion. We ended up renting a space. I'm rolling down the street here. I'm on South Main, on the edge of South Main in Jefferson, North Carolina. 409B South Main. And yeah. All right, friends, here we are at 409B South Main Street in Jefferson, North Carolina. And this will be the place of my studio. This will not be a retail space. It's not going to be anything but a space for me to create in and to work in, do some things like that. So let me give you the grand tour of sorts. So the space that we're in right now is probably, I'd say, roughly a 15 by 15 square space where I'm going to have maybe a couch and just kind of a space where I can show some stuff. There's some awkward things going on with the lighting, but again, this isn't like it's not like a gallery space or anything like that. I'm just here to create more than anything. So this will kind of be, you know, if I need to talk to people or whatever, this will be the space for that. In the next room over, again, it's pretty nice area here. But right off of that is this little entryway here, this little room. It's got some really nice built-in storage, a nice open closet space, and some shelving spaces and things like that. It's got it does have a nice natural light source. The thunder's rolling in, so I apologize when when you're hearing the booms. But you know, it's a nice little space, nice natural light. I can set my drafting table up in here, and this will pretty much be the space that I'm going to be drawing in, by and large. And then there is a, come on camera, stay with me. There is a little hallway here, and off the hallway there is a dungeon of a restroom. And yeah, I mean, it's a restroom, so it's nothing crazy or fancy or anything like that, but you know, it'll serve its purpose, and yeah, that's that. And then right off of that is another door that leads into this larger room. This is probably 15 by 20, I'm guessing. A little bit bigger room. I'm thinking I'm going to use this for most of the books and kind of a library sort of space. Maybe put some of my bigger tables and things like that back here so I can move projects. I can do some framing. I can do some other things like that back here if need be for some of those types of projects. Again, the lighting situation is kind of something else back here, but hopefully we'll be able to get that figured out. And then right off of this is another little closet of a space. And it is not much of anything but a closet of a space. However, the nice thing about this space is that it's, you know, a good storage space. It's going to allow me to have a little bit of extra storage for, I mean, it's got my storage for supplies and other things that I don't necessarily need to keep in my possession in that office room space anyway. So that's the space that we're dealing with. It's not huge. I don't know what the square footage is. You know, I'm, you know, probably a couple hundred square feet, but really, this little space is perfect for what I need to do and want to do. It's perfect to be able to create and work in. You know, it's got central air, central heat, so everything's pretty much climate controlled in here. Pretty secure area. You know, nice little area to work in, and kind of in the hub of things that are going on. It's not on the main strip in Jefferson or West Jefferson. It's kind of off the beaten path. But again, this isn't a retail space. It's not a space that I would choose as a retail space or purchase as a retail space, but it will definitely work as a studio space, because quite frankly, I you know, in order to make a good studio space, I just need a space where I can work that's just set up, you know. Number one thing I've got to do, I feel like, to get everything really set up in here is going to be, you know, a pretty good cleaning. You know, there's, you know, it's a little bit of need for some cleaning, and a little bit of need for some paint. But other than that, you know, shoot, won't take too long. Get it rolling, and we should be good. So that's the plan, Stan. Tell you what, she's a keeper. I tell you what, she's a keeper. And that's awesome. You know, that's really going to solve our issues. That's going to solve what are we going to do with my books? What are we going to do with my space? How am I going to be able to get my name out into the community that I'm making work? How am I going to, you know, a space that's dedicated and just focused on my production, that I can take all my stuff and just house it there, and 100% just a studio space. It's not intended to be a gallery. It's not going to be a gallery space. I'm not going to sell out of it. It's not like it's not a retail front or anything like that. I might have a little space there where I, you know, like I say, you know, might meet with some people and put some area for, you know, people to come in and hang out if they want to come in and talk and shoot the breeze or whatever. You know, I'm not going to have hours. You know, when I'm in.
It's 10 o'clock.
And when I'm out, I'm out. And so it's one of those where it's just going to be my working studio space. If I got time at night, if I got time during the day, if it's rainy, if it's crappy, then I'll be there hanging. And if I'm not, then I won't be. And that's how we're going to handle it. It's 10 o'clock. I got bells ringing, people texting me. I got things to do, got to run around. I got a lot of things to do. So anyway, thanks for watching, checking it out. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to this channel. Also, if you're into the art scene, check out my Art 101 stuff. It's over on my Mr. Burgher channel, which is more of like my art historical stuff. And, you know, this kind of hits both spots. But anything that's kind of like personal stuff, this is going to be the house for it. And anything that's more of the art historical professional teacher stuff, that's going to be on my Mr. Burgher channel. So anyway, thanks for watching and viewing and being a part of it. Check out the stuff down below, and we'll be cranking. Man, it's exciting. Get things moving and painting and flowing. I am. Have a good one.